Howdy, folks. Welcome to Tuesday's Tips. Not coming to you live today because I gotta take my daughter to an appointment, so I'm recording this ahead of time. But I wanted to make sure that I got these tips out to you because a couple weeks ago I said I was going to talk about lighting, and then my wife threw me for a loop last week, so I ended up having to do something on the spur of the moment where I was talking about going live, and I went live from her car while we were going to the location for her appointment, so that way I would know where I needed to go for that. But anyway, today what I wanted to talk about was something that is pretty important these days, and it's simple lighting for video. Now, the biggest thing that you want to do is that you want to make sure that you, as the subject of your videos, and some of this will apply to selfies as well for taking images, but you want to make sure that you have enough lighting on you so that way that you can be clearly seen by your audience. Okay, and I'm going to show you a couple of different examples. I'm going to show you some of the equipment that I have, including what I'm using right now. And I'm also going to show you some of the other things that you may have seen a lot of people using. And I'm going to talk about a little bit about the pluses and minuses of these things. And of course, some of the pluses are they can give you really great light, but some of the minuses are you're going to invest some money in them. But that is entirely dependent upon your budget. But the simplest thing that you can do when you're recording yourself in a video, especially if you're using your phone, is to simply go outside or go near a window, face the window, and there you go. Nice, bright light. It will tend to be broad light, meaning it's going to be even. It's not going to be focused because, the sun being at a distance is going to give you broader light. To get that kind of a broad light, you usually need to use very large lights. So that is really the simplest way that you can get really good lighting for your video is to use the sun. To use that daylight, either coming through a window or by recording outside. And a lot of people really like that. I personally prefer to do stuff from my desktop. I'm not that I never use my phone, because I did last week, but I really prefer the video and audio that I can get recording here on my desktop. So that's part of where my preferences come in on this. So one of the things that a lot of people ask about is, how much money do I need to spend on lighting? Well, that entirely depends upon what your budget is, because let's face it, you can get some pretty decent lighting off of something that doesn't cost you a fortune. Okay. So there are a lot of options out there, and you need to shop around in your budget. Now, if you have specific questions about something, feel free to drop me a message, and I'll be happy to give you some advice on your particular needs and the particular equipment that you might be looking for. So let's get into this, and let's start here with the Softbox. All right, this is probably one of the most generic type lights that you can have for video. What it is a light source that is, as you can see, I am having fun today. Let's turn the overlay off. There we go. As you can see, it's basically just a big box with like an umbrella kind of thing on it. And what it's going to be doing for you is showing that big broad light. In this case, it's a square softbox. They can come in different shapes. And this is what I was using when I was first starting out doing this stuff in my office. I basically set it up directly in front of me and had it pointed straight at me. And this gave me some broad lighting, but it was very much dead on, straight into my face. And that kind of lighting can it's not necessarily flattering. So it all depends upon what it is that you're looking for. These are fairly economical. These particular ones have a very bright, compact compact fluorescent bulb in them. So you get a very bright, even light, and then that white screen you see over it, that's a diffuser. So that's what's giving it that nice diffused light on it. Okay, and this is what a lot of people use, and they get really great results from it. And of course, it was very practical because it was something I already had, and it worked. So it just, it was great for when I was starting, and a lot of the reason I moved is because I really wanted to have more control over the light. This is basically on or off. There's no adjustment to brightness. There's no adjusting the color temperature on it. Okay, so those are some features that you may see in some different types of lighting. Now let's get into ring light. Of course, right here you see the picture on the right, and that is a ring light that simply clips onto the top of your phone, and you put it around the camera so that you're looking straight into it, and it gives you a very nice even light from a very close different distance. This is good for if you're doing handheld or you're from fairly close. If you're wanting to do stuff that's more full body and that kind of thing, a ring light on a stand that has a bit more brightness available to it is probably what you're going to want to look at. Now, one of the big things that a lot of, especially these larger ring lights that you can get that sit on a stand, is it'll give you the ability to control the brightness somewhat, and will also, and this depends upon the ones you get, it will also allow you to control the color, either warmer or cooler. So that can also be a big benefit for you, because one of the things that you want to do is you want to match the background. So if you're someplace that has very cool lighting, you want to go ahead and make sure the lighting on you is cool, so that way you don't have this weird color contrasting between yourself as the subject and the background. And conversely, if you're in some place that has warm lighting from like incandescent lights or that kind of thing, so you want to make sure that you're using a color on you that matches your background. So some of these will give you a lot more ability to control those kind of things. Now, what I have started using recently, and let me just say that I absolutely love these lights. It's the Edge light from LumeCube, and I'm using two of them, and I have them set up right over here and right over here. So what that does is it gives me even lighting coming in from 45 degrees basically on both sides. Gives me nice glare-free lighting. I don't have glares coming off of my sunglasses, my eyeglasses. I don't have any of that kind of really heavy straight front-on lighting. It gives me a lot more of an interesting appearance with that. Now, the thing I love about these things is they have a lot of brightness control to them. You can control the colors, warmer or cooler, and they are just simply magnificent lights for their size. The other thing I love is that when I'm done using them, I can just turn them over and face them down, and now I've got these beautiful stylish looking desk lamps for when I'm working on my desktop. So these are great. They run about $230 for the set. But if you're somebody who's going to be doing a lot of video from a desktop, a lot of Zoom calls and those kind of things, these are very professional and relatively affordable as opposed to some of the other things that you may see out there. They're great. They come on a multi-segmented arm and allow you to position them just how you want. I really love them. And my wife has got a set too. She's waiting until she gets her new uplift desk set up, so that way she's not setting them up and taking them down. I can't wait to get my uplift desk set up. I think we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So, woohoo! Thursday's thoughts. I'm probably going to be talking about the new uplift desk that we got. Really looking forward to having that. So, back to the lighting. So these are some simple things that you can use that will give you some really, really great lighting. And it's a matter of what you want to use and the budget that you want to operate on. Like I said, the simplest way for you to get nice, broad, even lighting that's going to make you look great is to simply use a window. Really, it's that easy. It doesn't give you a whole lot of control because it may be a cloudy day. It may be maybe you're recording at a time of day when the lighting isn't really there to shine through the window to give you that nice even lighting. But that is honestly one of the easiest ways for people to get great lighting, is just to set yourself up where you have that indirect sunlight coming either through a window, or you're outside and you're somewhat in the shade, so that you're getting that indirect light. Because if you're standing out in the sun, in the broad light, you're going to have very harsh lighting on you depending upon the time of day. And that can also, not necessarily be very flattering. So one of the reasons a lot of people use the artificial lights, control, 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 and control. It gives you that ability to control how the light's looking on you, how it's going to fall on you, and that kind of thing. So those are some simple tips for how to use some different types of lighting for doing video. And I really, really hope that, you guys got some great ideas on what you can use. And again, if you're just starting out, or you don't have a whole lot of money to spend on things and that kind of thing, that's fine. Use a window. Just face the window. The thing that you want to remember, though, always remember what's in your background. I know we've all seen those videos on TikTok and whatever, where there's something embarrassing sitting on somebody's shelf in the background. So be mindful of what's in your background when you are doing your lives. One of the other things I love about these edge lights, I've got great light on me, and it falls off very quickly, so that I'm not getting a whole lot of crazy light and everything on the background behind me. And I kind of like the way that works, because it helps me stand out in the video, and it's a look that I kind of really was going for. So that's what I've got for you today. Tomorrow will be Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be talking about more about knowing the skin you're in. And I kind of look forward to sharing that kind of stuff with you again. Learning a lot, and some of it I'm like, wow, didn't know. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow, so that way we can talk about knowing the skin that you're in. And if you're catching this on Facebook, please follow and like the video, and drop me a comment. Let me know which one of those lights that you use. Do you use a window, you ring light? Yeah. What is it that you're using? And if you're catching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And I hope to catch you guys again in the near future. And in the meantime, folks, peace, love, and photography. And remember, everything can make a beautiful image, including you. You guys have a great afternoon.